Erica here with Fibers Floss, Canada. Thank you for joining me for day 5 of A Stitcher's 12 Days of Christmas. Today will be a quick video because I don't have much time to film, but that's okay. So I thought I would just dive right in. I wanted to start with thanking everybody for, just being here, being present, connecting with me, connecting with other stitchers, just creating a better, a stronger stitching community, if you will, and also at the same time creating some festive spirit. So I thank you so much. All the comments, all the sharing, it all means a lot to me. Some of the comments I'm reading are just truly amazing and really do touch my heart. So thank you so much for taking the time to connect. Now for day 5 today. I did want to follow up on yesterday. So yesterday we did some Huga stitching, which, if you guys aren't sure, you're new here or you're not sure how this works, there is an advent for you as well as a commercial advent, a custom advent, what I'm stitching and what my plans are. And I post a video every second day. There's a playlist right here that you guys can go back and kind of regroup. The first one's a good one to watch because there is a link for a free exclusive pattern there. But for today, I wanted to, talk a little bit about Huga stitching. That was our prompt last day 4, and see what you thought of that. I really make a conscious effort every time that I stitch to participate in Huga stitching. For me, stitching is really meditative, and it's something that I enjoy doing. It helps to calm me down, helps me to, if I'm not watching flosstube or listening to something, I kind of work through a lot of my thoughts while I'm stitching. And, to me, I think it's a really valuable time. And so with Huga stitching, the idea was to create that sense of comfort while you're stitching. So we encourage warm blankets, sitting by the fire, having good candlelight, or perhaps really good stitching light that's a little bit brighter, and just having that sense of calm and comfort where you're not interrupted and there's no stress during your stitching. So what I'm curious to know is, after you guys had experienced Huga stitching, is that something you're looking at changing, your practice, how you stitch? Were you a process or a product stitcher? Are you thinking more about the process now? Are you hoping to adapt and put some of those things into your regular routine? Those are all kind of questions I have for you guys. So I'm interested to know what your feedback is. You can leave a little comment and let me know. Okay, today's Advent, I thought I'd open it on up and see what it is. Okay, so it's a prompt today, and today's prompt says, remember being all cozy and calm at home with your family. When you were a child, when you looked around the home, what are those things that made you feel like Christmas? When you reflect now as an adult, is there a particular treasure or a decoration or a handmade ornament that really encompasses the sense of Christmas? If so, are you able to share that with us today? Can you take a picture of it, post it to Instagram, share it in the comments here on the video if you're not on Instagram, and let us know what your treasure is. The reason why I chose that Advent for you guys is because, Christmas, or perhaps it's Hanukkah, or whatever you may be celebrating at this time of year, it's really more about, connecting with people and the feelings of joy and happiness that is shared this time of year. And, to me, I think it's really neat when, I go home or, I think about my childhood at home during Christmas, and it's always, the decorations that my mom had made, a long time ago now, I guess 40 years ago, that is the same decorations. They come out every year at Christmas, and they're really special. And so for me as an adult and as a mom, that's a tradition I've continued on for my family and my children. And I've always made, an ornament for them every year, and, an extra treasure here and there. So I did want to share mine with you right now. So the very first thing that I have, perhaps the oldest thing, is something my mother made. And that is my very first baby stocking. So this is so neat. So it's embroidered. And, for me, it's just about, the love that went into that with every stitch. I could just imagine, what my mom's thought process was as she was stitching that. And this is a very small stocking. It's maybe, 7 inches high by 6 inches wide. And it's something that still hangs with our stockings every year. I absolutely love it. Then When I got a little bit bigger, my mom made me another stocking, which is also embroidered. And I'll share that with you guys here. And this is the stocking I still use today. So this is the one Santa stuffs for me every year. This is the stocking. There's 2 cats on it and it's embroidered. Has my name at the top. Very fluffy cat. Noel. And another very fluffy cat at the bottom with a ball of yarn. And I just love this, you know, if you guys can see the detail there. I don't know how she did the cat. It's almost like rug hooking, but I'm just personally not familiar with that technique. You think I'd look a bit closer at it given my interest in stitching, but I've never really looked that close. Yeah, this is what the inside of that looks like. Sorry, Mom, I'm sharing the back of your work without asking you. I think it looks okay, actually. So absolutely love that. Those are treasures. I assume this one definitely would have been a kit, would be my assumption. And I think she did a lot of circle craft or something like that from the 70s. So it was likely something like that. My mom went to nursing school, and when she did, she sold these, I think it's, yeah, I can't remember the name, something circle. She used to sell the kits for extra side money while she was in university, which was pretty cool. And so a lot of the girls in their early 20s would end up stitching these things. So anyways, when I was pregnant with my first, I think maybe I started the stocking after she was born. I must have. So this is a stocking I made for my oldest, for Ava. This is all needlepoint here, and this is a Dimensions Gold kit. There are some beads on there. There is some gold cording, some gold braid. And it was a very fun piece to stitch. The only thing is with the Dimensions Gold kits, they come with this felted back, which you can see it's quite a bit pilled. I mean, it is 17 years old, but I'm tempted to redo the back. You know, it's not, the felt's getting kind of thin. Look at this one here. You can almost see right through that. And I would like to maybe replace these with 100% wool felt. I know my local quilting store, they will order that in for me. So it's not cheap, but you know, I think it will last a lot longer. My middle child, Preston, this was a stocking that I had stitched for him. And it is also a Dimensions Gold kit. Now this one doesn't have any specialty floss or beads on it. It's just straight up floss. It's a really good fit for him because he's such an animal lover. We have a yellow lab, which we didn't have at the time of stitching the stocking. So it's one of those things, maybe in my mind, I always knew we would get a yellow lab. So that's his, and it's finished on the back the same way. And then my youngest, this is my last one to show you. This is Kingston's. Now this one reminds me a lot of another, here's the whole thing. Reminds me a lot of another cross stitch pattern that my mom has stitched for my sister's boys. And it has that, see how the snowflake is stitched there? And it's kind of in absence of the floss, and you get the 3D effect. Reminds me of that stocking. And actually Samantha, the Huga stitcher, she's stitching the exact same stocking I'm talking about right now. So if you watch, I'm pretty sure this week she's got a Christmas special coming out. If you watch that, you'll definitely see that stocking. Yeah, so for me, my special treasure are the homemade stockings, whether it's embroidered or needlepoint or cross stitch. I absolutely love that. Okay, so now let's open our Advent. My commercial Advent is Reflets de Soie. It has been an interesting experience so far. You know, some of the stuff I opened I really liked, and there's been a couple things I think I don't really know if they were just used more as fillers or what. Like, I don't understand two of the things I opened so far. So let's move on and let's open up today and see what we get here. Okay, so I'm opening December the 8th and December the 9th. So for the 8th, it's a little bit larger, but it's very thin. So let's see what's in this one. Okay, let me open this here a little bit further for you guys. Oh, maybe I can't because I can't see where there it is. It is like a glasses cleaner. And I saw, I can't remember who it was now. Somebody shared this, they got it as an exclusive at one of the, was it Hobby House? The Hobby House retreat maybe? So it's, yeah, anyways, it's a cleaner for your glasses with the same print. So at least that's functional. I'll probably use that. And then number 9 is quite a bit smaller. Feels hard. And it is another needle minder. I don't recognize, oh yeah, I do recognize it. You see the, don't know if I can really get that in there. You see the brown cow? Where's my camera? I can't even, you know? Anyways, there you go. So another needle minder. I will end up using that. I do like their needle minders. I love Reflets de Soie right now. I'm on such a kick for it. Okay, so custom curated Advent. I'm having so much fun with this. This is all stuff where, you know, it's been on my wish list. I've wanted to try. It's been recommended. Some things, like yesterday's Advent, were things that were on my list of things that I needed to get, but nonetheless are fun, you know? So today, this is a fun one. I'm opening December 8th and December 9th. 8th is the larger of the two, and we'll start with that. It's a little bit more tape than I wanted to use. There we go. Okay, this is called Doodle Stitching, the Christmas collection, and it's a transfer pack. Now, this purchase was inspired by Elizabeth from the Thread Gremlins, because if you watched their most recent episode, she was doing a transfer pack with a nutcracker, and there was another one. And I was like, oh. So I went online. Truthfully, I had ordered a bunch of stuff for this Advent, and not all of it has arrived because in Canada, we have a postal strike right now. So I know I have a good package that's waiting to come from Traditional Stitches. Still hasn't shipped. So my Advent calendar may get a bit more interesting as time goes on. Anyway, so this was kind of more of a last minute purchase. I'll just do a quick little flip through if I can. So this book, it's like a ring binder on the inside, and at the back there's an envelope, because all of these transfers, it says that you can use them up to 5 times. Is that true? Is that gonna work as well 5 times? I don't know, but it has a whole bunch of stitches. Oh, you can't even see it, hold on. Whole bunch of stitches that you can use as well. Don't know if you're seeing any of these. I guess they're kind of, some are sideways in the book, some are right side up. But there's some really, really gorgeous ones. Look at that one there. So my idea is to take these and, you know, over the last few years, I try and make a reusable, like, Christmas wrapping paper or a bag or, you know, something like that. And what I want to do is take this, iron it on, so like a linen bag, and then just embroider it on the front with like a drawstring top. So I do have some linen that I picked up from, of course, Chitter Chatter, my local place, and I'm looking forward to using that for sure. My next, and this one, just so you know, if you are interested in this, I purchased it from Amazon, and I want to say it was like $20, $25 Canadian. It's inexpensive. It's definitely something that, you know, you can go ahead and grab without, yeah, $19.99 Canadian or $15 US. So, I mean, it's a lot of fun for a pretty good price. I also, I'll open December the 9th. I also feel like it's a good activity too that, you know, the kids could enjoy as well. It's just kind of coloring with thread, right? So I'm hoping over Christmas break, we'll be able to do that, some of that together. Okay. This is some Cosmo thread. So I've been wanting to try this out. Chitter Chatter, my quilting shop, they do sell it. And so what I was able to do was just grab a few like basic Christmas colors, and I thought that I could use this with the iron-on pack. Of course, I've got my DNC and stuff too, but I wanted to try some Cosmo just to see what that was like. So that will be a really fun setup to use for sure. So I'm excited to do that one. Okay, so what have I been stitching? My plan, of course, was to do the gingerbread mouse, but something's happened. I'll cut to a clip and show you here. This is the day 4 exclusive from Reflets de Soie. And although I had no plans for a new start, I kind of thought to myself, I think I need a red sampler. You know, after stitching the Christmas pattern I designed, I really enjoyed the monochromatic bit. And I thought to myself, I think I'm going to take a closer look at this pattern. So I did that today. And you know, what I had found out is, I thought, you know, I've got some fabric and I've got some red silk. I'm sure I can make it work. And what it calls for here on the back for the floss is Swaddle 946. And interestingly enough, I broke into my little sampler pack here from Embroidery Marketplace, and in there you'll notice I am already missing one skein of Swaddle, which happened to be 946. So initially though, I had thought I'll start it, I'll try it out, and I wanted to try it with 103s, and so I had done that. I did not have the same color, but I had a very similar color, and I did 664. But in stitching this on the 40 count, I did notice that the 664 was too thin. So I pulled it out, and I am going ahead with the called for 946. Funny, eh, that the called for is going to be absolutely perfect. So here I am today. It's my first day off. You know, I work a lot of hours back to back, 2 days, and so today I plan on getting a good chunk of stitching done. I am ready to go. I've got a nice cup of tea, and I want to show you what I started last night when I got home prior to any stitching today. So here is my progress so far. I think it's really good coverage with the Swaddle. When I did stitch it with the 103s, you could see a fair bit of the linen between the X's and so, or the crosses, so I do definitely prefer this. For the fabric, it is something that I purchased from Thread Needle Street this summer, and I don't know who it's by. So my bag here is 40 count linen. It's sand, and she wrote new, but I'm not sure who the dyer was. It is a Zweigart base, but I'm at a loss as to who actually dyed that piece of fabric. I was thinking I might reach out to Denise today and see if I can solve the mystery. I'll check back in with some more progress on this evening. Okay, so this is where I'm at. I was able to stitch across the top to the middle of the pattern, and as well start down the left side. I was able to start some of the small alphabet at the top and work my way into the second alphabet. I'm actually really excited for the sampler because this one here, so when we look, it's, you know, I'm excited for this. The traditional French alphabet I think will be a lot of fun to stitch. And then it looks like to me that the first large and the third large alphabet, they're very similar. So I don't know. I mean, I guess that's okay, but it's just a little bit different, right? Like, I prefer something a little bit different, is what I'm trying to say. And I've also noticed what's interesting is that the first part of the large sampler, it goes to R, and then that is it. It just kind of tapers off. It doesn't go anywhere from there. The next one's a full alphabet. The third one's a full alphabet. The fourth one's a full alphabet. So I'm not sure what she ended up stitching there on that one. Maybe just ran out of space, or I don't know if she was thinking to do numbers and end up doing some more alphabet. There's only a few numbers right at the very top there. Anyways, we'll see what I can get done today. So on December the 8th, I didn't get a lot of stitching done because my children have concert week at their school this week. And we went to one of their concerts and it was absolutely fantastic. My favorite one is Jazz Night. It's my favorite concert of the year and it was so good. I did record a couple clips and I thought I'll put them in, but now I'm wondering to myself, if that's something that I might have to remove because YouTube has their, I guess, like a screening process. And if I'm playing music that has royalties, as these songs would, I'm not allowed to post them. So I'm not sure. If it works, you'll get to see a little clip, or maybe a couple clips. But if it's not working, then I'll just insert some pictures here for you guys.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
So now that it's the end of December the 9th, I wanted to touch base and let you guys know where I was on my impromptu start. This is Sealy Corbis by Reflets de Soie. This was an exclusive from the Advent calendar from December the 4th. And it's funny because I happen to have all these thread colors that was called for. You know, I just talked to you about it, so I don't need to regroup about it, I guess. But anyways, where am I at today? So I didn't put it on a board, but just because I'm short on time, I wanted to show you. This is where I'm at. You see that there? So this has been a fun start so far. I'm really enjoying it. You know, it was funny because in the other video I showed you guys and I said, oh, I think I'm halfway. And I said that when I think I was about the F here, but that's not right. This is halfway. The pattern itself is actually 3 pages across by 3 pages down. And so this, like this little mark here is the halfway mark. And I'm just over, I'm just over a third. I'm almost a halfway with the first page. So it'll be really fun. You know, it's funny when I'm looking at this as I'm stitching it up, there's definitely a lot of errors in here. I am stitching it true to the pattern, but you know, some of the lettering is off. When you look at the letter D, for example, there's an extra little stitch down here where you would typically think there probably shouldn't have been a stitch there. I think that was an accident. And even the line here, the H, is higher than all of the others. And so of course as a stitcher, you know, I'm looking at the pattern going, is that right? Maybe I stitched that wrong, but that is how it's charted. So I will stitch it as it's charted. Yeah, it's interesting. Even, you know, all the dots, right? But then this is a solid line here. So it'll be good to see. The A definitely is different, doesn't quite fit, right? But I'm really excited to get into those traditional French letters. I think this will be really fun to stitch, like these ones in here. That'll be a lot of fun. Okay, so in terms of what my plans are, I'm going to stitch the gingerbread mouse that I had kitted up and got all ready to stitch before this kind of hijacked my plans. So I'll spend the next couple days stitching that, and then I work a couple days, so I probably won't have a lot to share on my next video. But I hope you guys are being festive. I hope you really enjoy your time this weekend. You know that I say this weekend, obviously I'm filming this on a Friday, and this is going to be aired on Monday morning when I'm working. So I hope you enjoyed your weekend that you just had. I hope you guys enjoy doing your Advent today as well. Please take a picture of your favorite treasures, share it on Instagram, use the hashtag #Stitchers 12 Days of Christmas so people can see your treasures and also admire them. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.